100.9 FM and 93.7 HD2 WQIO Mount Vernon. From the Cosby Heating and Cooling Studios, it's Good Times, Great Oldies.
It's a new location, but it's the same great sports talk. Live from Roadhog Willys in Mount Vernon, it is the Monday Night Sports Talk Show with Tyler Mathias, talking all things winter sports with coaches and players from around the area. The Monday Night Sports Talk Show is brought to you in part by Knox County Veteran Services, Griffin Insurance, Page One Group, Extreme Air Heating and Cooling, and Roadhog Willys. Lunch and a show. It is the Monday Night Sports Talk Show with Tyler Mathias from Roadhog Willys.
All right, thank you so much for joining us here tonight at Roadhog Willys on Harcourt Road in Mount Vernon. It is the first show of the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show of this season, and we thank you so much for spending some time with us. We've got the players and coaches eating behind us right now. We got Bill Wheeler, though, the owner of Roadhog Willys, starting us off here. First of all, I got to tell you, it smells wonderful in here, and I told Curtis before the show, I was like, it's going to be hard to focus in here with this wonderful smell of barbecue. And if there's one type of food that I like in my life, it's barbecue. I can't cook it, but Roadhog Willys can. Bill, how long have you been with Roadhog Willys? And tell us a little bit about how this came to be here in Mount Vernon. How long have you been on Harcourt Road?
The restaurant will be going on 5 years in March. We started with the food trailer that I did for several years. It started back in 2003 with a dream, basically, with on the competitions, figuring that all out. But yeah, finally, after the trailer for many years, I had to make it a restaurant.
There you go. And so we got ourselves a brick and mortar place here. So tell us how this is kind of going to work. You guys are typically open throughout the week, but here on on a Monday, you're not typically open. So how is this going to work? Tell us your hours in general and how it's going to work here on Mondays too.
We're typically open Tuesday through Saturday, and where you guys came to us about this, we said, well, let's open the doors up Monday evenings. So Monday evenings we're going to be doing 4 to 8, and then Tuesday through Friday we're 11 to 7. And then on Saturdays, we're 11 to 5.
All right, very cool. So if people come to Roadhog Willys, how is this all styled up? So you can come in, order, sit down, they'll bring your food to you. Is that simple? And tell us about your menu here.
We are counter-style barbecue. Everything's cooked on site out front in the smokers or back in the oven with the side dishes, that kind of stuff. So you order it. If it's not, there's certain specialty items that you have to wait on. That's why it's brought to you. Sometimes it could be thrown right on the tray and you can walk to the table with it. Just depends on what you order.
All right, very cool. So Roadhog Willys, check it out, Harcourt Road. What's your exact address here so people can find
504.
it? 504.
Harcourt Road. And there's several additions down here, so we're actually considered Sweet B.
Sweet B.
But you can't miss it. You look for the barbecue, so you don't need to know the B. Just
you got a nice truck out there, the catering. So you do catering too, right?
Oh, yeah. We do a ton of catering in the area, from all the wedding venues to local businesses. We do well with that, yes.
I know a couple of my friends have done it, had you guys cater, and so that's pretty cool too. So, but certainly appreciate you having us down here and to talk about different things happening with Roadhog Willys, and we're going to be down here throughout the year. And so this will run, you'll be open on Mondays throughout our season, or is that kind of the plan right now?
Throughout your season, yes. We've got near future developments coming with the restaurant that'll expand our hours and things like that. So things we'll be looking at, what days to extend, that kind of stuff.
All right, can I try to get the insider tip, or are you just like, no? I gotta ask.
Most of our locals are regulars that come in, seeing the production of what's going on in the other room there. But yes, we have finally started working on the bar. So after, going on 5 years, we'll be adding on the bar over here, which will greatly improve our evenings, I'm sure. Very
cool. How do we get a hold of Roadhog Willys? If we don't stop in initially, can you call in and make an order?
Call in. We have online ordering. Okay, cool. Call in. So either or. We use Right now, just the diner dashers locally for delivery. If you don't want to make the trip down here, they, will deliver it for you. So, yeah, online. Our website shows a lot of our catering menu for the catering.
Yeah, all right, awesome. So thanks for having us down here, Bill, and we're excited about this. Get down here to Roadhog Willie's and place your order, get some food, and we appreciate Bill having us down here. So we're going to be here. They're going to be here till 8, so if you want to come down here, you can do that as well. So appreciate it, Bill. Thanks for having us down here and having us the location for us to host this show. We're really excited about this this year for basketball, and appreciate you being on here with us as well. Of course, we do want to thank Griffin Insurance, our title sponsor, Extreme Air LLC, which I believe is right next door, right?
Right next door,
not too far there. Knox County Veteran Services, Page One Group, and Coverage Electric Plumbing and Construction there. Well, we're going to take this break, come back, we're talk some hoops. It's coming up, Mount Vernon and Centerburg. WMVO Monday Night Sports Talk Show presented by Griffin Insurance here on this Monday night.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Page One Group in beautiful Mount Vernon has your best interest in mind when it comes to you and your printing needs. Whether it's printing, design, laser engraving, or sublimation, there isn't a texture we can't print on. Promotional products are how you keep people coming back. That's where we come in. Your business is our business. Page One Group, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Call 740-397-4240 and visit pageonegroup.net.
Veterans serving veterans.
That's what we do here at Knox County Veteran Services. Hi, I'm Kevin Henthorne, your Executive Director.
And I'm Financial Coordinator Melissa Shank.
And we're here to meet the needs of Knox County veterans and their families.
We can help with emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
Please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Extreme Air LLC is your carrier HVAC dealer. With financing available and testimonials on the website, you can see why Extreme Air is exactly that, extreme. Servicing, installing, and repairing all makes and models to give you the heat and cool you deserve. Servicing good old Knox County and surrounding communities. Check them out online at extremeairllc.com. That's the letter X, extremeairllc.com. 740-403-1901, where service is not a business, it's a lifestyle.
All right, we're back at Roadhog Willie's tonight, 504 Harcourt Road in Mount Vernon, and you can still stop in here, get some food, some amazing barbecue, and these guys already ate before they came up here, and so we appreciate the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets joining us here on the program. I'd like to start off with Centerburg and Mount Vernon as they're going to be facing off on Friday night. We're going to be down there, myself and Dave Dahlstein, going to make that long trip to Centerburg. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it without a GPS, though, but we're looking forward to that ball game. Nick Kuhn is with us, head basketball coach of the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets. We got Jack Marhefka and Andrew Burke. We thank them so much for joining us here on the program. Coach, thank you so much for spending time with us here. The Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets, tell us a little about yourself, Coach. You played at Mount Vernon, and now you are spending your time as a coach. Tell us a little about how long you've been here and a little bit about your time at the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I'm entering my 9th season as our head basketball coach. We're looking forward to it. It's always a work in progress. Anytime high school athletics, it's a work in progress as the season goes, and probably even more so this year as we have basically a brand new group to throw out there at the varsity level. So, each day new challenges arise for us, but led by these two guys and several others, but we have a really good group of guys that are working at it and trying to get better together. And So we're excited to get going Friday night. We still got a lot of work to do, and it'll continue after that. But we are excited to play somebody else when the score counts and the games matter.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about last season just for a moment here. Started out the year 4-0. Things are great. You beat Centerbury. Hudson Roller comes back off a torn ACL. Had a great season last year, averaged nearly 20 points per contest, and really had an awesome season and things. But you went through some stretches where there was a stretch of wins and a stretch of losses, stretch of wins, stretch of losses, and things like that. What did you take from last season mainly?
Yeah, the biggest thing was we needed to get better physically is what we thought, to help us on the defensive end with consistency there with defending and rebounding. It seemed like we always needed a big stop or a big rebound, and we just couldn't quite get it consistently to beat some of the really good teams on our schedule. And our margin for error is not very big, so those plays here and there, they add up. And to win close games, you have to make those plays, and we just didn't make enough to win the more close games that we thought we could have. But again, like we said, this is a brand new group, and they're excited to get after it, and they're excited to get on the varsity basketball floor.
All right, before I talk with some of the players here, what are some of the new names that we're going to hear this year? I mean, we did hear Jack some last year and Andrew some last year and things like that, but what are some of the names we're going to hear and maybe some of the roles that you have for these guys?
Yeah, so Jack and Andrew played some varsity basketball last year, as well as Quentin Rowland. And those are really our three guys that have any true varsity experience coming back. And then we got some newcomers coming up from our JV basketball team, and Isaiah Collimber, Nikos Giacumas, and Zane Barber. So some fresh faces mixed with guys that have been around for a while. So like I said, we're constantly trying to figure out how to put it together, to find what's best for this group and try to put them in situations to set them up for success, and then they take over from there, and they have the freedom to go make plays on the offensive end and defensive end.
Let's talk about some of the players here. Then, of course, we're going to dive into some other things about Mount Vernon basketball. Jack Marhefka, appreciate you joining us. Did spend some time, as Coach mentioned, there at the varsity level. What were some of the things that you looked at in the offseason, maybe Coach mentioned to you before the offseason, after the season and last year, some of the things he wanted you to work on and some of the things you wanted to work on this offseason?
Definitely handling the ball more and being sure with it. Last year, my role was more as a defender, rebounder, looking to get guys like Hudson Roller, Trevor Buckey shots. This year, losing all those seniors and guys that we relied on to make those big plays, I'll definitely be handling the ball more. And also looking for scoring opportunities myself. Just all around having the ball more in my hands and being sure with it, not turning it over, and looking for shots because we're going to need me and guys like Andrew Burke to step up out of those roles from last year and take shots.
I remember a couple of times last year, you and Andrew hitting some big threes for the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets. And Andrew, same kind of question for you. What were some of the things you wanted to work on this offseason as you prepared for this upcoming season that starts Friday night at Centerbury?
I'll also say handling the ball. I feel like I had a lot of turnovers last year, and I feel like I need to be better with handling the ball, passing it around more, finding the open man. I feel like this year we're a well-rounded team and that we can all sort of contribute to the main goal of scoring and playing as a team.
We know that the OCC kind of picked up the mantra of what in Central Ohio it was. It used to be you get to the tournament, guys would pressure the heck out of you. They almost do that now in the OCC. They really pressure you, but for 94 feet, is that how long a basketball court is? 94 feet. What's been the discussion in terms of dealing with that pressure? How did you feel your team dealt with, the pressure offensively last year?
Last year?
Yeah.
We actually were a very low turnover team last year, so handled the ball really well. With this group this year, we intentionally scheduled some really quality competition in the preseason to force us to be in difficult situations and hopefully learn from those experiences before we get to our regular season. But, I think with our group, each and every scrimmage, we've gotten better being strong with the basketball, making good decisions, reading the floor, and those things. And a lot of that just comes from reps and experience and being willing to learn from those reps and experience. And these guys are willing to do that. So we feel like we'll continue to get better in that area.
So let's look back at last year a little bit in the tournament. You played a 7 seed in Pickerington North. You guys were a 40 seed. And go in there, and you've said it. You're the only person I've heard say it, and every time I hear it, I say, that's what Nick Kuhn says. You don't have to beat them 7 times or 7-game series. You got to be better than them one night. You almost were better than Pickerington North again for one night. You upset them in 2018. Take us back to that game and what you liked about your team in your final game of last season that maybe gave you a little momentum going into this year.
Yeah, I think we had a really good game plan against those guys and executed at a high level for most of that game. They had some tremendous athletes that were tough to keep off the offensive rebound. But we did a great job and gave ourselves a chance to win the game on the road. In a game against, like you said, a 7 seed, top 10 team in the Central District, which we know how difficult the Central District is. But our kids executed and played with a lot of care and a lot of effort. And like I said, we executed for the most part of that game to give ourselves a chance. They just made a couple plays here or there that fortunate for them to hang on and win that game. And I think they won at least another 1 or 2 tournament games. But it was a great effort by our kids. We believed we were going to win the game and gave a great effort and gave ourselves a chance to win the game late.
All right, once again, we're here at Roadhog Willy's Monday Night Sports Talk Show presented by Griffin Insurance. And Jack, what are some of the things maybe you took away from that game, a little momentum where you're saying we had the number 7 seed on the ropes. We can beat good basketball teams. Tell us a little bit about that ball game and kind of the momentum it took you into the offseason with.
Definitely, like Coach Kuhn said, like going into that game, we believed we could win, and like going through it and staying in that game and close, it definitely like showed not only me as a junior, like first time on varsity, but also the younger guys coming up through the program that we can compete with those good Central District teams, and we can, if you just got to buy in, work hard, and just believe in yourselves, and you can definitely compete.
What's kind of been the message right now, Andrew, that coaches mentioned prior to the season you get underway at Centerburg on Friday night?
I mean, we're undersized as a team, and I feel like he has a game plan that helps us succeed even though we're undersized compared to Centerburg or any other team that we'll play. Spreading out and using just our undersized to our advantage for getting up and down the floor.
All right, we're going to talk some more with the Mount Vernon Yellow Jacket boys basketball team here coming up. Do want to thank, of course, Roadhog Willy's. It's our host here and our title sponsor, Griffin Insurance. Also want to thank Page One Group, Extreme Air LLC, and Knox County Veteran Services here. We're going to take this break. We'll come back, and more of the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show on WMVO is coming up.
Time and Temperature is brought to you by
Knox County Veteran Services. It is our honor and privilege to serve all the men and women who have given so much to us in service to our country.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Everyone loves Roadhog Willy's. Where else can you enjoy the finest meats in their own signature line of barbecue sauces? This counter-style restaurant offers dine-in, takeout, and catering options. RoadhogWillysBBQ.com. Smoking the meat to mouth-watering perfection. That's Roadhog Willy's in Mount Vernon. 740-326-1408. Good.
Page One Group in beautiful Mount Vernon has your best interest in mind when it comes to you and your printing needs. Whether it's printing, design, laser engraving, or sublimation, there isn't a texture we can't print on. Promotional products are how you keep people coming back. That's where we come in. Your business is our business. Page One Group, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Call 740-397-4240 and visit pageonegroup.net.
Extreme Air LLC is your Carrier HVAC dealer. With financing available and testimonials on the website, you can see why Extreme Air is exactly that, extreme. Servicing, installing, and repairing all makes and models to give you the heat and cool you deserve. Servicing good old Knox County and surrounding communities. Check them out online at extremeairllc.com. That's the letter X, extremeairllc.com. 740-403-1901. Where service is not a business, it's a lifestyle.
Veterans serving veterans.
That's what we do here at Knox County Veteran Services. Hi, I'm Kevin Henthorne, your Executive Director.
And I'm Financial Coordinator Melissa Shank.
And we're here to meet the needs of Knox County veterans and their families.
We can help with emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
Please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
All right, we're back here at Roadhog Willys, and we are excited tonight. We want to thank them for being the place that we're at this year, and I know the kids like the food, and Nick liked the food and everything. Which one of these would you guys go with? You get the spicy kind here, Nick, or when you?
Went with the
he's looking
smokehouse.
Smokehouse. All right, there you go. Smokehouse. You're a smokehouse guy. All right, I like it. Let's talk about the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets, and let's talk about this team. So, offensively and defensively, we kind of already know what you like to do because you said your ninth year, so you got to know what you like. You got to get up and down the floor. You like to pressure the basketball. I got it figured out. I don't even have to scout you. Don't call me Connor Stallions. Anyway. Is that the kind of the plan this year? I know at high school, you almost have to adjust with your personnel. So what's kind of the situation this year? Kind of the same thing?
Yeah, I think we always have a kind of a general philosophy of how we'd like to play. But like you said, each year is different, and it's not like a college program where you recruit kids to fit your specific needs or your specific philosophy. So we have different strengths, different weaknesses with each new group. So it's constantly trying to figure out what positions, what actions to put this group in to see success. And the preseason's been very good for us. We played, like I said, quality competition in our scrimmages to see what we could do and maybe things we need to stay away from and kind of pull back on. So, defensively, we're going to try to mix our defenses and really protect the rim area. And we've put more of an emphasis on we got to rebound the basketball at a higher rate on the defensive end to finish possessions. And then like we've been in the past, we want to stress turning our defense into offense and figure out ways to get easy buckets. So, like I said, general idea of how we want to play, but some details we've had to tweak here and there to put these guys in positions to go make plays and play to their strengths and do what they do best and have the confidence to do that.
I never had to worry about our team being kind of small and having to rebound that way. And Jack, how has that affected you guys in that you mentioned the lack of size and things like that? What are some of the things that maybe you've worked on to combat that? Obviously, gonna have to. My basketball coach used to say, "Put your butt in their belly." Box out a little bit and follow your shot and things like that. What are some of the things you guys have worked on to make sure that, hey, we may be undersized, but we're ready to get in there, get on the glass, and get some rebounds this year?
We definitely, and Coach Kuhn has definitely emphasized more weight room training, definitely getting stronger so we can get into guys. And then also, like Coach Kuhn said again, just keeping guys away from the rim, protecting it, making them shoot over us because it's easier to rebound. And like long shot, long rebound, get into them, and come back to the weight training, just getting strength. And
Andrew, I know your guy that's a perimeter shooter. I wasn't allowed to shoot on the perimeter very much, but if I did and I didn't follow my shot, I didn't see the floor the rest of the game. Not that I saw the floor very much anyway. But has that been an emphasis of following your shot? Hey, we got to get after it and follow your shot. And how have you kind of worked with that, being an undersized team?
Yeah, I feel like Jack said, long shot, long rebound, got to box out. And it's got to be a team thing. Can't have one player that takes off, their guy will get the ball. Always got to box out, and weight room is one of the big things we've been focusing on in the off season to improve that.
All All right, Coach, let's look at your team this year in terms of your staff. I know Will O'Hara has moved on, and he's at Reynoldsburg, and they're playing kind of an interesting schedule. It's crazy. So what's the staff look like for the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets this year?
Yeah, like you said, Will O'Hara moved on. He was able to get a full-time teaching job in Reynoldsburg, and he joined Mount Vernon grad Andy Moore over there, his staff. So we were hated to see Will leave, but definitely excited for him, and it was an opportunity he couldn't pass up. Ty Calkins is back with us. He's been with me all 9 years. Rich Schumann as well is back with us. And then we had one addition who Mount Vernon fans will probably remember the name, Joe Perry, a 1986 grad, good player at Mount Vernon. He's back in the area now, and Joe and I connected, and he was able to join our staff and makes it work with his work schedule. So we're excited to have Joe back in the area and back part of our program that he hasn't been around for many, many years as he's been in different parts of the country. But we're very happy with our staff and with our kids, and I kind of want to hit back on these guys, talk about our weight room work. Yeah. Credit to these guys for their investment in that and their buy-in and just seeing the changes with them from when we started lifting in March and till now. That's a credit to these guys for buying into that and working hard and understanding the importance of that, and it's paid off for them, and we're hoping it continues to pay off because we're still working in there, and it's a big thing for us.
Yeah. Again, Nick Kuhn, we appreciate him joining us, and Jack Marhefka, Andrew Burke. We're at Roadhog Willys here tonight for the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show. Let's look at the Ohio Cardinal Conference. I think this is your last year here, and then you're moving to the Licking County League. And so what's it look like this year in terms of what do you see in maybe the favorites? Maybe it's you guys. What are you seeing in terms of the conference?
Yeah, I think it's been, like it is every year for us in that league. It's from top to bottom. It's very competitive each and every night. One of those years in there, we were fortunate to win the conference, and we know it's a fight every night. As far as favorites, in paper, there's always favorites, but you got to play the games.
Sure.
I think most people talk about Mansfield Senior as they return nearly everybody from their roster from last year. The headlining class is a sophomore class at Lexington. A lot of talent there. New Philly is a very well-run program that cares about athletics in that town, and they're coming off splitting the league championship last year with Lexington. So, but besides those three, we know it's a competitive game every night, whether we're in our home gym or on the road, and it's been a really good basketball conference for us. So we're hoping to finish strong in this last year in it, and we'll look forward to the LCL as we get there. But from a basketball standpoint, it's been a good league for us, and we've had a lot of good games, competitive games in it over the years.
I want to just tell you that I'm not going to miss making those stripes. Although it was great last year to be up there for the Ashland game, and they said no video, and you only have to do radio.
I think you snuck one at the end
snuck
there.
One there at the end. Well, no live stream, but I snuck a little video there at the end. Hudson Roller getting a game-winning three. You know what? What are they going to do? But anyway, and when you look at expectations this year, Jack, for you and for the team, what are some of the expectations you have, some of the things that you guys, some goals you may have as well?
Expectations, like Coach Kuhn really said, it's just going to be a dogfight every night. So I think our expectations need to be, we need to be coming to a night, minds right, fight ready is what we like to say, and just be able to compete and play our hearts out and give 100% effort all the time.
Andrew, what are some of the expectations, some of the goals that you have set for this year?
I think that a lot of teams and even like
it'll come to it.
Parents and spectators, they're all counting us out because we lost 7 seniors last year. But I think we have a really good team, and it will be a dogfight every night. And we have to come out on top and just play well as a team.
What's it like playing at the Hive? That's a great environment. I love being at the Hive, and everything. What's it like being at the Hive?
Oh, I love the Hive.
Yeah.
The student section is great. They're always loud and always have the spectators into the game and also loud, and it's just always a fun time to play there.
Jack, what about the Hive, man? That's a great environment, isn't it?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Fans are always into it. Student section's always popping. It's a great environment to play in.
You know, the one time you did that Silent Night thing was very weird to broadcast. I was just hoping that you guys would get to 10 points really fast because I was like sitting there, can they hear me down there? It's very quiet here. Looking at the expectations of your team, they change in a year, Nick, and what are some of the expectations for this year's group?
Yeah, I think these guys hit on it. You know, compete every chance we get, every opportunity we get, because it goes fast. And you know, it's hard to believe these guys are seniors already. I remember them in 7th grade, and you know, and we never talk major goals, big goals. We talk day-to-day goals and trying to get better each and every day. And today's the most important day that we have. And if we take care of that each and every day, then we'll let the results take care of themselves. But I know in this early going, it's been a really fun group to work with, and we're looking forward to continuing that. And we know we're going to have our fair share of ups and downs, and that's part of growing together, and that's part of growing up as people, as players, as coaches. But it's a group I'm looking forward to going to battle with each and every night.
All right. The last thing I'm going to ask you guys then, I would say we get you back to your poop. I think you already ate. All right. But you're playing the Centerburg Trojans, and people would say on paper, you know, the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets are playing the Centerburg Trojans. It's kind of a lose-lose situation for Mount Vernon in a sense because, you know, Mount Vernon's supposed to beat Centerburg, but or if Mount Vernon wins, that's what they were supposed to do. So why keep this one on the schedule? Is this kind of the last one in terms of the battle? And, of course, you guys won it last year, started off the year 4-0. How is it going forward? Is this still on the schedule? Do you know? Or should I ask Justin that, right?
I think so, yeah. You know, I don't look at it like that. I look at it as it's a great experience for the players involved. And that's what it's about is the players. And, you know, a couple years ago at Centerburg, great environment in that gym. Last year in our gym, great environment. And that's what these guys hit on it already. They love playing in those environments. Sure. It's fun. That's how you're thrown into the fire and you grow from that. So as far as on paper and all that, I don't get into all that stuff.
I got you.
That's for you to worry about.
That's for me to worry about.
Guys like you to worry about.
Curtis to worry about.
We just want our kids to have great experiences, and a local game like that, the gym's going to be excited, and for the first game, everybody's going to be there. So I'm assuming there will be a lot of energy in that gym, and that's what it's all about. Their experience and looking back on that and having those memories of playing in great energy gyms that with communities that care about them and their experience.
And last year you guys did win 57-39, and I don't know if you remember much about that game, but you started the year 4-0, so obviously to win 4-0 to start the year, you have to win the first one, so you guys did that. Jack, your situation's a little bit different because obviously you're playing against your dad and things. So what's this matchup mean, Centerburg versus Mount Vernon in your senior year?
I mean, obviously there's a lot going into this game. My dad's coaching the other team. I've grown up with a lot of guys on his team. It's first game of the season, first game of my senior year. But I think it's just it's going to be a dogfight every night, so you just got to kind of acknowledge that it's there, but take it like you would any other game and go within with a level head. Can't let all the outside elements get to you, and you just got to fight ready and go out and play hard.
Are you going to be chirping this week, or?
I won't be.
I'm not sure. He's back there hiding somewhere. Yeah, he can't find him back there. Andrew, what's this matchup mean here against the Centerburg Trojans this Friday night? Just getting to play a real basketball game. That's always fun, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I always love this game to start out the season. A lot of guys on the Mount Vernon basketball team know a lot of players on the Centerburg team. Mm-hmm. So it'd be fun to play against them, and it'll always be a dogfight.
All right, we're going to have the game, by the way, Friday night on WMVO's Facebook page, live streaming on 100.9 FM, 93.7 HD2, and WMVO.com. So you really have no reason to not listen to the game on Friday night. But we want to thank Roadhog Willys. They are tremendous here. Bill, it's 504 Harcourt Road in Mount Vernon. And you can just come in, make your order, sit at a table, and they bring it right to you. It's as easy as pie. And so stop by Roadhog Willys. And, of course, want to thank Griffin Insurance, our title sponsor, Extreme Air LLC, and Coverage Electric Plumbing and Construction, as well as Knox County Veteran Services. We're going to take this break. We'll come back. And more of the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show on WMVO is coming up.
Time and Temperature is brought to you by
Knox County Veteran Services, located at 105 East Chestnut Street, Mount Vernon, assisting all veterans and their families seek federal, state, and local benefits.
Extreme Air LLC is your Carrier HVAC dealer. With financing available and testimonials on the website, you can see why Extreme Air is exactly that, extreme. Servicing, installing, and repairing all makes and models to give you the heat and cool you deserve. Servicing good old Knox County and surrounding communities. Check them out online at extremeairllc.com. That's the letter X, extremeairllc.com. 740-403-1901, where service is not a business, it's a lifestyle.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Everyone loves Road Hog Willys. Where else can you enjoy the finest meats in their own signature line of barbecue sauces? This counter-style restaurant offers dine-in, takeout, and catering options. RoadHogWillysBBQ.com. Smoking the meat to mouth-watering perfection. That's Road Hog Willys in Mount Vernon. 740-326-1408. Good.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
We welcome you back here on the Monday Night Sports Talk Show presented by Griffin Insurance from Road Hog Willys at 504 Harcourt Road, Mount Vernon. Hey, big thanks to the staff here, and we've got a number of people coming in here, and they are going to be open on Mondays from 4 to 8 p.m. throughout our time here, which we're going to be taking New Year's Day and Christmas off. I know you guys really wanted to be here for the show, but we knew you were probably had some other obligations. And Curtis said he really wanted to be down here, and Gary was already planning on it, but now I ruined their Christmas Day plans. All right, we appreciate you guys joining us here. 15-9, the Centerburg Trojans last year finished second. They came back at 9-3, and Marhefka's with the John Marhefka. I just had your son, so I was like, I'm sorry, I lost it for a second there. I just had your son on here. I almost called you Jack, and I didn't want to do that. John Marhefka, Grayson Reynolds, and Ryder Scott. Thank you guys so much for joining us here. I do remember your name. John, let's talk a little bit about last year for a second, and then we'll get into this year. Obviously, you have Grayson that's coming back here, and Ryder's coming back. You guys finished the year 15-9, 9-3 in the game. You faced a very veteran Fredericktown team that won the conference, and Division III overall is just not forgiving. It's very difficult in Division III. You could probably go 20-0, and it's still you're going to get a really difficult draw. But tell us about last year, what you liked about your group, and kind of your expectations going into this year.
Well, I think last year it was a little bit unexpected. We started out, I think at one point we were 7-2. And we had a lot of youth and inexperience, but Grayson was in there. Colton Martin, who graduated, he's at the College of Worcester right now playing, and just a quiet leader. When you're coming off of the years prior where we had 7-8 guys that were older leading these guys, so I knew it was modeled for them how to be competitive in that. But to be honest with you, it was a pleasant surprise. And so coming into this year, I'm kind of excited, but it's going to be the mindset. We've got to get our guys ready. The last couple years, I think the mindset was just really good. And so hopefully they'll learn and take from there.
All right. Grayson, last year you kind of took a little bit more of a leadership role in your junior year. This is your senior year, which is crazy to think. You were just a freshman. Time flies when you're having fun, right? Yeah. What did you take maybe from last season that you're saying, hey, I want to improve upon this year, and some of the things that you want to do this year with the Centerburg Trojans?
So a lot of things I want to from last year was I was talking to Coach right before when I went into baseball in my spring sport was work on my shot. We needed a guy to score. I mean, we had Colton who was averaging 19, 20 points a game. Yeah. And there was always somebody we could fall back on that would at least get us more than 15 points a game. I mean, I was the only other one that was averaging 11. So we need somebody to score. We don't have Colt Martin out there that's going to go give us 20 a game. We need somebody that's going to go out there and score, and I got to kind of step up in a bigger role. I mean, I've been behind guys that kind of showed me the ins and outs about it. So now it's kind of like I can't hide no more. There's not Carter, there's not Mick, and there's not Colton. So now it's kind of, hey, you're here.
Yeah.
So here you go. So, but I think we'll be really good. I think once we get our mindset right and the guys understand the way we want to play and how we're going to do it and execute it, we'll be really good, I think.
You averaged over 12 points per game. You slighted yourself a little bit there. Ryder, tell us a little bit about, are you a senior?
Yes, I am.
All right, senior year here. And when you look back at last season, and what are some of the things maybe you took from last year that you're hoping to take into this year and some of the things you want to work on?
Yeah, like both these guys said right here, with Colton Martin last year, he did a lot for us on both sides of the ball. A lot of the things last year that I was involved was like defensive rebounding and stuff like that, setting screens on offense, and I think more this year is my offensive focus. Shooting the ball more, moving, passing, all those sorts of things, being able to handle the ball. And I think we also need to pick up the pieces, not just on the offensive side of the ball that Colton left behind, but his defensive rebounding was definitely there, and the rest of us definitely got to pick up on those things as well.
Colton averaged 7 rebounds per game, too, just like Ryder was doing. Somebody's got to pick up those 7 rebounds, John. When you look at the guys that are returning, we mentioned these two. Tell us about this year's team, some of the other guys that are going to be part of the Centerbird Trojan basketball team.
Well, I think these two seniors have an opportunity in front of them, and so hopefully they can lead by example and then take the leadership role. And it's not easy to accept that. Some of the younger guys came back, have experience, but now they got to figure out, hey, we don't have a Colton Martin. We don't have 7 seniors on the team like the year before. And so now the buck stops there with them. So we're looking at these guys to lead. I've told both of these young men that they need to be confident, and they also need to understand they can leave a little bit of a legacy. It's their turn. Yeah. So hopefully they'll relish that opportunity, and the younger guys will see that. I don't know if they're going to accept that as soon. We've got one young man that's injured, at Bennett Hill, who's returning, but he broke his collarbone second day of practice. So he's out till probably
mid-December. He hurt last year too?
No, that was his ankle last year.
Oh, his ankle. Well, he's still hurt, though. Yeah,
he was going for a loose ball second day of practice, and the first thing he said is, Coach, here we go again. And I said, you'll be all right. And we got through. We'll get through it. He's chomping at the bit to get in. So it's always interesting what you can learn when you're injured and you're on the side a little bit and what you see and hear and observe. But I think he'll add something to it. And then you've got Isaiah Suley returning, who needs to understand how hard he has to play and what he has to do to contribute. I mean, last year, again, he would hit a lot of shots. He was shooting a high percentage from the three-point line. But, again, he was under the radar because Colton grabbed so much of the attention. And Grayson, as a ball handler and primary, take control of our offense, and that took a lot of attention so those guys could get away. Now everybody knows who they are. So it's going to be them stepping up and filling those roles.
All right, so what do we like to do? We like to run up and down the floor, play in the half court. What are we doing, Coach?
When I figure that out, I'll let you know because I'm trying to get these guys to play hard in the first time. We've talked about the mindset. It doesn't really matter what you do; it's how you do it. Mm-hmm. And right now, we've got to really focus on how we want to do things because, again, we do have quite a few younger guys in the program, and so it's a short bench right now, and some guys are going to have to step up, and some of the guys that are expecting their roles a certain way, they need to be able to fulfill those roles. So, I'd like to play fast-paced, but again, it depends on skill, mindset, and learning the learning curve that they have to do because we're going to change some things up a little bit this year.
Grayson, you like to run, don't you?
I mean, I guess so. especially being a point guard.
Get out and run.
Yeah.
When you talk about being a point guard and being in transition, it's kind of a role that it could be difficult because you got to know when to slow the ball down, to speed it up, and different things like that. What does Coach talk to you in terms of pace and different things as you go into your senior year?
Pace is a huge word for Coach. Actually. Coach loves the word pace. I mean, we have a transition, offense transition, and I mean, if we can get into it, we're going to get into it. That's kind of what sets up our offense. But I mean, if we're going to walk the ball floor, we have an offense. But I have a hard time sometimes if I'm playing slow, but the rest of the guys are playing slow with me. I'll be like, Coach, come on, get them to run. And he's like, well, you're not running, so it's kind of like I kind of got to set the pace. If I play slow, then they're going to play slow with me. So as a point guard, if I want to speed it up, they got to know that we're going to speed it up and go run. But I mean, if we want to run, we can really run.
Yeah.
But if we want to slow it down, we can slow it down. I think we could really execute in a half court too.
Ryder, you want to run? I mean, you're post guy.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he wants to run. He knows the answer, John. Get in the half court and playing some of there. Now, this year, tell us about your staff coach. Bo Glenn's joining you, from my understanding, or is that right? I don't want to speak. He told us that. He told us that the last time we saw him.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't want to come here. Now, he was watching his daughter play, but I'm sure you would have been happy to have him sitting right here answering questions.
No, thank you.
No, I don't know. He couldn't get by the show without mentioning Coach Glenn there.
Oh, my gosh.
Right. And then we have another gentleman, Anthony Maddox, is joining us. And then we have Nolan Belcher, a Mount Vernon alum, played for Coach Kuhn. So he's in charge of the scouting report for this Friday and everything. So we'll see how he can get he's cutting his teeth on the coaching world there. But it's a good staff, bring a lot of energy, a lot of commitment. So we're excited to get underway, have a lot of fun with them.
I was really hoping Lyle would be sitting by Anthony.
Yeah.
That's an inside joke here.
Oh, yeah. Centerburg ties. Here we go. Yep. But Lyle's doing our middle school with Tom Mead, and then Lyle was in practice today watching some things. So he'll be there probably, on a Friday night, sitting there, getting his 2 cents in and everything.
Do you listen to him, though?
Last year I called a timeout and gave him the clipboard and said, draw it up, and he about panicked. So but he got it done.
It happened. I mean, he was successful. So he's 1 for 1.
1 for 1.
All right, like it. Let's talk a little bit about the KMAC and about the Knoxmore Athletic Conference. So I think that Northmore's got some guys coming back. It's going to be pretty good. Fredericktown, they got to almost rebuild because they lost a lot of guys. What do you see with the conference right now?
I think you're right. I think Northmore in the summertime, and from what I've heard, they've got a lot of experience coming back. Some of those boys played football, went to the playoffs, so they had some of that winning competitive success. So I think they're looking for it. I think Fredericktown, like you mentioned, when you graduate, I think they had 11 seniors.
Yeah, that was a big group.
So you got Trevor Bellman coming back, and we know him, just local guys. I've coached some springtime ball with them, and I know some of the other kids on there. But they're going to be, and they got, another transfer in, so they're going to be, like everybody else, early in the season, working the kinks out and everything. I think the conference will be a little more surprising. I saw that in the Mount Vernon News that East Knox was at practice. They got everybody back, and then now they got some game time experience, so they'll be looking, pretty good. And then there's a new coach at Mount Gilead. So I don't know. We'll have to see once we get to the scouting ranks just what they're doing. And then there's us. I always feel we're pretty good.
Yeah.
We've got a way we want to play and things we want to do, but it's just going to be the mindset of our guys are going to compete, because still I think people are going to come after us no matter what.
Yeah.
So it's, after the last couple of years, it puts that target on your back a little bit. And I know Coach Tackett over at Northmore has been talking all summer, because I've had alumni call me at the shootout saying, yep, they're the ones in the KMAC. They're running for it. So we got it. And so I like that. It makes a good, interesting season.
They're a tough group always. Grayson, maybe a game you're looking forward to. Is it playing Northmore? What do you think with the KMAC?
That's a real tough question. I mean, I never circle a team, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I've always I'm one game at a time. I don't want to look forward to anybody else. Like, I'm going to look forward to Mount Vernon. I don't care who we're playing next week. That's next week.
Yeah.
We just got to stay focused one game at a time, and whatever happens. We do it the right way and execute the right way. We'll win a lot of basketball games. So.
Ryder, you want to try to answer that, or the coach is looking right at you?
Kind of like he said, there's no real special games on our schedule, but one team I'm looking after is Fredericktown.
Yeah, okay, I like it. I got an answer out of him. You're running extra laps. No, I'm kidding you.
He's good.
I'm telling you, you're playing the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets, coaching against your son. What do you think about that? You guys talk any smack? You guys, nah.
He does a lot.
He does. He said he didn't, though, earlier.
Okay, well. You can believe truth and reality right there.
He said he didn't talk about it. What does this matchup mean? I mean, obviously getting to coach against your son there in the senior year, and this is the third year you guys won. The first year with a very senior-laden group, and last year Mount Vernon wins. What does this matchup mean?
Well, I think it's going to be, for him and I, it's going to be the winner take all. So,
because
Grayson had an appendectomy last year. He came off and played, and then they were senior dom. I think Jack hit 1-3, and we haven't let me forget that.
Yeah.
So this year's going to be a little different, because again, the buck stops with him, and then we got the guys, and they know each other. So it's a good local rivalry. I think Coach Kuhn does an excellent job. So we've got guys that we like. look forward to it. When it came up years ago, selfishly, yeah, I didn't get to coach my son, but I got to see him. So at least one night I get to coach against him and see him.
Yeah.
But this year it means something. It's the senior year, and that still hasn't sunk in to me as a parent, but now we got him. So hopefully it'll be a good competitive game either way, and we've got family members, a lot of trash talk going on everywhere.
There you go.
They're all on Jack's side.
I did see you sneak into a Mount Vernon game last year after the Centerburg game. I saw you sneak in. You made it in. What's that song? Somebody's watching you, or something like that. Well, yeah, I saw you sneak in. Grayson, what does this matchup mean against the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets? Another game.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think we
Rhetorical
started.
question.
If I'm not mistaken, I think we started playing them again my sophomore year, and we all knew it was going to be a pretty good game. I mean, they were pretty good, even though they didn't have Hudson. But we went in that game. We were like pretty close. Haven't played them in a while. Might be a good one.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people out there. Last year there was a lot of people. We were hurt last year. I mean, I was out. I had my appendectomy, and it was like a week and a half out. Colton was kind of banged up a little bit, nothing bad. But I mean, we weren't all together as a team. We were just kind of like bits and pieces here, and we weren't like together at that point. We were all pretty. But I think we're going to have a pretty good turnout Friday. The chatter hadn't started yet because we're not back in school. Once we get back in school, I think the chatter's going to start back
Get
up.
on Twitter or something.
Yeah, so
Twitter fight.
It's a really good local rivalry. I mean, they're good, and we're going to see what we got.
All right, I like it. Ryder, what's this ball game mean here?
It's definitely been anticipated. I've had friends talking about it since the game last year. And, obviously last year didn't go our way. Everybody's looking forward to Friday, though. And I know especially us two, it's our year. We got to get one out.
All right. Well, the Mount Vernon Yellow Jackets, Centerburg Trojans from the heart of Ohio, Friday night. Watching on the WMBO Facebook page. Listen on 100.9 FM, 93.7 HD2, or WMBO.com. But you can watch it on the WMBO Facebook page live streaming. I'm going to be out there. I won't get lost going over there. We'll have a good time. And, we always say, like, the pregame is 7:15. You never really know anymore. Sometimes it gets started early. I don't know. So be joining us for that on Friday night. We're going to hear from the coaches here for a few minutes coming up. I do want to thank Roadhog Willy's. He's I'm not a spicy guy. You guys are a spicy guy? Yes.
No.
We'll get you in there. We'll do like a challenge or something at the end of the year. You guys are back in here at the end of the year. Bet on it here. We're going to get you the spiciest one. Roadhog Willy's, we do want to thank him. 504 Harcourt Road in Mount Vernon. And Griffin Insurance, our title sponsor for the Griffin Insurance Monday Night Sports Talk Show on WMBO. Let's take this break. We'll come right back here on WMBO.
Loves Roadhog Willy's. Where else can you enjoy the finest meats in their own signature line of barbecue sauces? This counter-style restaurant offers dine-in, takeout, and catering options. RoadhogWillysBBQ.com. Smoking the meat to mouth-watering perfection. That's Roadhog Willy's in Mount Vernon. 740-326-1408. Good.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Veterans serving veterans.
That's what we do here at Knox County Veteran Services. Hi, I'm Kevin Henthorne, your Executive Director.
And I'm Financial Coordinator Melissa Schenk.
And we're here to meet the needs of Knox County veterans and their families.
We can help with emergency financial assistance,
filing of disability and pension claims, VA healthcare enrollment, and even transportation to VA healthcare facilities.
Please give us a call at 740-393-6742 or stop in and see us at our new location at 105 East Chestnut Street in Mount Vernon.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Page One Group in beautiful Mount Vernon has your best interest in mind when it comes to you and your printing needs. Whether it's printing, design, laser engraving, or sublimation, there isn't a texture we can't print on. Promotional products are how you keep people coming back. That's where we come in. Your business is our business. Page One Group, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Call 740-397-4240 and visit pageonegroup.net.
All right, we're back here at Roadhog Willys, 504 Harcourt Road, Mount Vernon. We're going to be back here next week, so don't forget about that. And we're going to have the game this Friday night, WNBO's Facebook page and 100.9 FM, WNBO.com, 93.7 HD2, so you have no excuses. Coaches are up here with us, John Marhefka and Nick Kuhn. We thank them for joining us. John, we kind of already talked about it a little bit. What do you see as some of the keys when you look at this Mount Vernon team to knocking off Mount Vernon and winning the basketball game, starting the year off 1-0?
Well, I think it's going to be interesting which team controls the tempo. Yeah. We match up pretty well size-wise, so it's going to be who's going to execute their stuff. And it's early in the year, so I know as well as probably Coach can attest, we're going through stuff, and some days it looks like an abomination out there. And other days I feel pretty good. But so when the lights come on Friday night and the fans are in the stands, it's going to be a little different when you start getting back to it. But I think controlling the tempo, the pace, and then obviously who's going to control the boards, blocking out and rebounding.
All right, Friday night, Mount Vernon and Centerburg. What do you see, Coach Kuhn, as the keys to that game?
Coach said we match up really well with each other. He means by that we're both not very big. That's what he meant by that. So we do. We do. But like he said, it's just it's an exciting thing to see for the kids to be thrown into the fire with a game where there's a lot of people in the stands, a lot of energy, and see how they respond to that. Scrimmages are great, but it's different. It's different than varsity competition on game night when the stands are full, and that's why we've scheduled this game, is to have an exciting atmosphere for our kids.
I said I was only going to ask you one question. I want to ask you one more. How important is it to start 1-0? Is it, hey, it's cool, we'll start 1-0, but is it, Coach, is it like, this is a momentum builder for the season?
Well, in coach speak, you always want to play your best ball in March and everything.
Yeah.
If we start off too strong, then I worry because it depends on which way you can go. But I think because of the rivalry, the locale, and the atmosphere, it's very important.
Yeah.
So one of us will get off to a good start and get that momentum going. The other one will have to, kind of regroup and then continue to try to turn that around. I think last year we were, it was a bummer. Some of my guys came and admitted, the younger guys, they said, Coach, I was a little nervous. I wasn't ready. And so then that's what I said. It surprised the turnaround that they took. So buying in and believing, but I think momentum, get her to start off strong is always important. I don't think anybody wants to go in and play their best, but they want to see some good things.
All right, Coach, how important is it to start 1-0? Is it just a number? What is it to start 1-0?
Yeah, I mean, anytime there's a scoreboard, we want to win the game. But at the same point, we want to see progress from just our early season work. And there's no better way to see that than in live game action, and then we have film to look at in a true four-quarter game with officials calling the game, how varsity games are called. So we can take a lot from game one, whether the outcome's good or bad for us.
Yeah.
But obviously both teams are going to compete hard to win the game.
All right, Mount Vernon, Centerburg, Heart of Ohio, Friday night. We're going to be there. Get there in person, but if you can't, watch on our WNBO Facebook page, 100.9 FM, 93.7 HD2 on the radio, or WNBO.com. You can listen in. I know a lot of people do the video streaming thing now, though, so watch in for that. And we're going to have the ball game for you on Friday night, myself and Dave Dahlstein. We even got Curtis to go out to games this year. We got even some tournament games last year. You're going to get some games this year. Do want to thank Curtis Newland, who's behind the camera there, along with Gary Cooper. That's Gary with 2 R's. And he's behind the cameras, and that's Curtis with 1 R. We thank them for joining us here. We're going to be back next week at 7 p.m. on the WNBO Facebook page, 100.9 FM and WNBO.com. Mount Vernon Girls Hoops and Fredericktown Girls Hoops will be on the program next week, so hopefully you join us for that. Have yourself a wonderful Monday night from Roadhog Willys in Mount Vernon, 504 Harcourt Road. We're going to be back here next week. Get yourself some dinner and stay for the show next week as well. It's WNBO, Griffin Insurance, Monday Night Sports Talk Show.